Okay, so this bikini thong fits all sizes, and I always begin my bikini with a decrease, and then I maintain, and then I increase at the end, at the back of the bottom, and then I put edges and I put strings, and that's it. So I want to show you how I start mine. So this tutorial might slightly be for intermediate and advanced learners. Just want to be specific because in my illustration I might not be able to slow down like a beginner. So we're going to chain 35 plus 3. So here we are with my 35 chains. So what I do, I'll add on 3 more chains. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll hold on to the last chain, the 35th chain, and then I'll crochet back into that same chain. So I'll crochet along the chain up to the last chain. So before I go further, I'm decreasing, okay? So I'm going to be decreasing at, at the beginning of each row and then at the end of each row. So you skip one chain at the beginning of the row, and then you will leave out one chain. You leave out one chain at the end of the row. So you only like stitch in the second last chain, and then you leave out the last one. You chain 3 and then turn your work, and then you begin your another row. So here we are with our 36 double crochets, and then the trick is you're going to chain 3, one, two, three, and then turn your work. You're going to skip the first chain, or is at the beginning of each row, and then you will skip the last chain at the end of the row. Okay, we're skipping the first one, and then we'll stitch in the second one. So we'll be using only double crochets throughout. So we're almost done with our second row. So here's the trick. There are 3 more chains remaining. 1, 2, 3. So what you do, you stitch in the third chain and then the second last chain. So you leave out the last chain, since we're decreasing. We are decreasing. So third last chain and then second last. So leave out the last chain, and then chain 3, turn your work for the third row. We're going to do the same thing. You skip the first chain and then you crochet in the second one. Stitch. So when you're decreasing, you'll be skipping one chain at the beginning of each row, and then you skip the last chain at the end of the row. That's the trick. So this size of this thong, it's a 1 size. We're going to do the same thing again. These are 3 remaining stitches. We'll just double crochet in the third one and the second one, and we leave out this one. So third chain, second last chain, then ignore the last one. On each row, at the end of each row, ignore the last chain. Chain 3, turn your work, then skip one chain at the beginning of each row. We're ending our fourth row. We're still going to leave out one chain. You ignore that. Then we're going to change our color. 1, 2, 3. So this is the beginning of the row. We're going to still skip one chain, the first chain, and do a stitch in the second one. So we'll continue doing the same thing. We ignore the last chain. Second last. And then we're going to change color. Turn your work. Skip the first one. We'll keep on doing the same thing we've been doing until we remain with a total of 4 chains, and then we maintain that. I like reggae. It's so festive, it's so lively, and I like colors a lot. Okay, chain 3, change our work, skip the first one. I like working with red in acrylics, it's very soft. It doesn't strain my fingers. For those who like to know, the hook I'm using, it's size 2 mm. So into the second last chain, there's we're going to stitch in this one and then leave out the last one. Look at this. Look how everything's coming out nicely. So I'm going to keep on doing this until I'm remained with 4 chains. We are almost getting close to our middle part. We're going to maintain with the 4 chains. So now we're beginning to work on our middle part, and we're going to start maintaining the 4 chains. How do we maintain? We're going to, I've already chained 3 and I've done my work. I'm going to double crochet in the first chain, second chain, and then the last chain. Now we're going to be stitching in every last chain. No more skipping. So here we go. No more skipping. We're maintaining. Into the second last and last. Anybody struggles with the last? It seems to be always very, very tight. Come on now. Oh. There you go. These are our 4 chains we're going to start maintaining now. So chain 3, turn your work. No more skipping, stitch in every chain, in every chain. Now we're struggling with the last one. So you see how it's coming up? This part right here. This is the back part of the thong. So we're working on this. These are 4 chains. Ignore the edges, these will be put on later. We stitch in every chain. No more skipping. We're maintaining. So this is it. I've maintained for 12 rows. Now I'm going to start increasing to finish up our bikini thong. We're going to put another double crochet in the same chain with this, and then I'll do the same at the end of each row. So those are 2 in 1. I'll just keep moving, double crochet, and then I'll put 2 double crochet into the second last chain. 1, 2, and then I move on to the last chain. I double crochet, I put 1 double crochet, and then chain 3, on your work. So now I'll put 2 double crochet in the second chain. So this is the first one, and then another one. We're increasing now. Then I move along with just 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. Then onto our second last chain, we're going to put 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Then double crochet into our last, only one, so almost done. 1, 2, 3. That. So we're going to do two more rows of increase, and then we start with the edging. So the edging is simple. I'll just use half double crochets to make the shells instead of using double crochet, because I don't want it to be super big at the edges, so I use half double crochets to make it look neat and smaller. I might even be making it more complicated when I'm just illustrating, but it's one of the easiest. So 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet. Yes, so this is what we have. I'll just cut this off. Okay, so here we are. Now I'm going to change color. I'm going to use black to get out the reggae theme of the edges to make the shells. And then I put on the strings and we're done. Use our black. All yarn is acrylics. So I'm going to chain 2 since I'll be using half double crochet. So I'll put my first half double crochet in here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. I hate it when it does that. 3, 4, 5. These are 5 half double crochets. Then I'm going to single crochet into the next row. There we go. And then half double crochet into 5 half double crochets into the next one. And then single crochet. This is what we have so far. So I'm going to put shells along, and then I'll do the same thing this side and the same thing behind. Skip 2, single crochet, skip 2, half double crochets, 5 half double crochets to make a shell. skip 2, single crochet, skip 2, half double crochet into the last one. Five. So we're going to do the same thing we did this side. So single crochet and then 5 half double crochets. It's so funny how I forgot to put green up here. I was so lost in the tutorial, so it still look cute anyway. So I'm at the top. I'm going to put 5 half double crochets to make my last shell in the corner, and then I'm going to skip 1 and then single crochet into the next chain, and then I'll single crochet across. But if you want, you can still put shells. And then I'll just slip stitch. Oh, let's see, one more. And then I'll just slip stitch through somewhere here. So I'll begin making the string, or let me just show you how it looks like. This is the back. It's so cute. I just like reggae. This is the back. And then this is the front. Look at it. Perfect. So I'll start making the chain. Usually I make 100. So here we are, and our bikini thongs are done. So this is the back part, and then this is the front part. I'm ready to go on a holiday in this lockdown. So I believe this is like so easy, but then when I'm trying to illustrate, I'm not really such a good teacher. I make it seem more complicated, but if you need to understand a certain part I've not really explained properly, just leave a comment or reach me out to my Instagram or my Facebook. I'll be ready to help you understand this simple tutorial. And then yeah, that's it guys. My first tutorial in 3 years. Isn't this awesome? So I hope you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a lot of projects on here. So yeah, tag me in your tutorials and let me know if I really did great. Bye.